Y'all, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I was in Jessi Woo's interview with Sheralle and Stoni. I had to click off. I had to go. I had to go. Listen, it's not Jessi, because Jessi is trying to conduct an interview, and when you're trying to conduct an interview, it requires you to put your own personal feelings aside and try to conduct an interview professionally. But girl, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just, that interview is not helping. That interview, it's not helping. I still feel how I feel. It's not changing anything. Stoni, she seems like a very sweet woman, and a part of me feels like she wants to fit in with them so bad that she's willing to overlook some things that were very disrespectful. And it's like, Stoni is the type of girl that wants to fit in so bad, it's almost like you have to be mad for her in the way that she was treated. Am I the only one that feels that way? It's like you got to be mad for her because she's overlooking the disrespect because she wants to fit in. And it's like, I had to tap out. It was just hard to watch. I had to tap out. They did. It was colorism, classism, and it was ageism. Period. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. And they looked down on her. Period. They looked down on her. They judged her and thought they knew her based off of what they heard about her, and didn't even give her a real chance. And they just judged her based off of how she dressed, based off of her business, based off of her skin complexion. Like, let's just be real. Let's be real. Like, they were using language like, oh, she's, what is it? Is it hoodlum? They call it like a hoodlum. I don't know. Hood something. And I was like, that's just hella disrespectful. So, I'm not here for it. It's still giving like mean girl energy. Stoni, come help me save my ass in front of all of the whole internet, because your business is booming and we want a second season. We need a second season. Your business needs a second season. So it's like they playing nice, and it's just fake. Cause I was just like, I can't. Okay. And I just want the girls that are the brown skinned girls, the dark skinned black girls. Like, I want you to understand that how you feel is very valid, and it should not change because of that interview. Because honestly, Stoni wants to fit in with them, so she's like watering down the disrespect. And as a content creator that teaches women to demand respect because you love yourself, it's about self-love, I would never tell you to tolerate that shit that we witness at all. At all. And it was just, I understand Sheralle, she's cleaning up the escort photos, and she's clearing up the revenge corn to kind of like clear her name. But at the end of the day, there's just some things that she said and other cast members said on that show, like calling her hood, making fun of how she dresses when she was at glamping and all of that. It was just downright disrespectful. The type of women I hang around as a 32-year-old about to be 33, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't pick a woman apart based off of her hair, her nails, her outfit, and the brands that she wears or chooses to dress herself in. Like, we don't do that. Grown women do not act like that. And it was very catty. It was very petty. And it it gave mean girl energy. Point blank period. Point blank period. And if we see, if I'm around a woman and she's speaking down on herself or she's not feeling her best, I speak life into her. That's what I do. Like, if she's not feeling confident, because I'm a woman, I know what it's like not to be confident for this particular day. Maybe it's your menstrual cycle, or your menstrual cycle about to come on, or whatever the case may be, or maybe you're still on your menstrual cycle, whatever the case may be. When you're truly in sisterhood with women and it's truly genuine, they adjust your crown. They don't knock it off your head. And that's what they did on the show. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I can't stomach watching that interview. I tried. I think I was in the interview for, it started at like 7. I gave it an hour. No. I tried. No. And I just want to make this clear. It's not Jessi. It's really not. She's just being professional, and she's truly trying to create a platform where these conversations can be had. So it's not Jessi. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's bullying. And like I said, I don't like it. I don't know what else to say other than I don't like it. That's a long time. I have patience. I have a lot of patience. I do. And I got enough, and I'm just like, no. And I just wanted to put my thoughts out here because it's fresh. I just got done watching it. And to be honest, that interview just did not help. And I think the motive behind doing the interview is to save the show so they can get a second season. But unfortunately, Stoni, she wants to fit in with them. And I get why. I don't knock it. Business. And so she feels like she has to put up with that in order for her to get a leg up in society. And or to get a leg up in their little social group. And I just don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I've experienced that here in Houston, and I just don't like that. I'm not about to go through bullshit with people to prove that I'm worthy to be a part of your social group. I'm not doing that shit. This is not a sorority. Like, I'm not pledging. Like, what the hell? I'm not doing that shit. Y'all. No, ma'am. Nope. No. And I'm pretty sure, Black women who have pledged, I'm pretty sure watching that was somewhat triggering to you, because what the hell? If you are in a friendship group or a social group where you feel like you got to tolerate disrespect to earn their respect, that's not the circle for you. That's not the circle for you at all. You will be able to find people that see you for who you are, respect you and what you do and what you bring to the table when it comes to their social group or social circle or friendship group, to where you don't have to go through disrespect just to earn their respect. That's not how it works. And that's what I'm getting from that interview. And Stoni, she's such a sweet person. She's okay with that. Hey, Asha. She's okay with that. Like, she's okay. And I'm just like, absolutely not. Nope. She's a spiritual woman. And so she tends to just give it to God. But some things you just got to defend yourself over. And what we witnessed on that reality show, Rags to Riches, is just unacceptable to me. Yes, I said that as well. Someone in the chat said, I'm not fond of Yes Jules, but I feel they brought her on to be a punching bag. Same thing, that's how I feel about Stoni and Jules, to be honest. It's just weird. And then, oh my gosh, I know, because I've educated myself through other Black women who are brown skinned, dark skinned black women who have educated me on colorism. And Sheralle and how she responded is exactly what they talk about. Like it's verbatim, based off of how they educated me, verbatim, her responses, like her wanting to bring up how she was bullied by other black women and things like that. And it's like, listen, Stoni did not bully you. Stoni was not bullying you. Now, was Stoni being messy? Yes. But you were coming across as a bully, and you were coming across as a mean girl for Stoni, and you were calling her names that involve, like I think she called a hoodlum or something like that. And it's like, Stoni may have been messy by going behind your back and trying to get information on you, but she only did that out of what she was hearing you were saying about her, or what she was hearing that you were doing about her past. So she felt the need to get something on you to defend herself. So that was like a high level of deflection. And I'm not saying that lighter skinned women cannot speak on their trauma when it comes to being bullied and things like that. But when someone is calling you out on your behavior and how you're treating another black woman, that's not the time to be a victim and talk about how you were bullied or how other women were treating you. That's not the time for that. And I've been noticing a pattern of women doing that. And it's like, listen, when somebody is calling you out on your bullshit, someone is calling you out on your behavior, this is not the time to talk about what somebody done did to you. This is the time for you to take ownership and accountability and admit that you were wrong and apologize. You could talk about your past and how black women was doing this to you and these women were doing. You could do that a different time. But we're talking about what you did. We're talking about your behavior and how you were going around just creating all of this drama and this mess when you could have just talked to the lady directly and had a conversation with her. But you were too busy chit-chatting behind her back to all of these other women about her instead of just going and having a conversation with her to her face. I don't know why women do that. And that's why women are messy. That's why. Women do not know how to talk to another woman directly. And it's just crazy. It's like, you a grown-ass woman. You call yourself a grown-ass woman, but you, I'm scared. I don't know. I can't talk to her. And it's just like, why not? You talking about her? You got so much to say about her. Why not go talk to her directly? I don't get that. Yo, I don't get that. Go talk to her. Why are you talking to all of these other people about her when you could just go have a conversation with her? That is a pet peeve. That is a pet peeve of mine. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. Seriously. And then the reason why it's a pet peeve is this is how drama gets started. You're going and talking to all of these women about her, and you're making all of these assumptions about her. And you wouldn't have to make the assumptions if you would just go talk to her directly. And so now you got all of these other women involved in whatever you got going on with this one girl. And now you just created mess. You just created just mess. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And this is why I stay to myself. I only hang around women that know how to communicate directly, and they don't do that running around, spreading other people's business, taking rumors and just running with them. And it's just too messy. I can't do it. So I keep my distance. Someone said I cut off a homegirl because she always talked about the girl she hung out with. I didn't know any of the ladies either. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If you are grown women, do not do that. You need to grow up. That's that girlhood shit that you need to leave in girlhood, because you are now a grown ass woman. And if you don't know how to directly communicate with a person that you have an issue with, you have a question about, how can you call yourself a grown woman? You are still a little girl, and you have a little girl mentality, and it's time for you to grow out of that. That is childish. And I've seen women as old as 50 doing this. And this is why we don't get along. This is why, and I'm not saying we don't get along, because there are women out here who get along with other women, but I'm saying, like, it's the reason why we can't have a successful brunch in masses. It's why we have to isolate ourselves in these hubs with certain women, and then we have to leave the other girls out. And it's because we're trying to keep the drama away. That's why. We're trying to keep the drama away. We don't want the drama. We do not want the drama. So that means we have to protect the group that we created over here, where we have emotional intelligence. We know how to communicate. If we have an issue with someone, we go talk to that person directly. We don't go talking to 3 and 4 and 5 people about the situation when the woman is there, and I could just call her, I could text her and stuff like that. It's just crazy. I'm tired of seeing that. So the Jessi Woo interview, I'm just not feeling it. And it's not Jessi. It's not. I just want y'all to know I love Jessi. Jessi has really educated me when it comes to reality TV shows. And to be honest, black women, if you can't sit at the editing table, because at this point we see a pattern when it comes to these production companies that want us on reality TV, right? They always have to villainize certain characters, and they tend to choose the villain based off of the shade of her skin. So again, it's still colorism. Sheralle, she wants to say, oh, I'm not a colorist. Well, the production is. The production, the producers, they are. And at this point, black women, if you're not being respected, and there's a picture that's always being painted of you when you're on these reality shows, and you can't have a seat at the editor's table, then don't do the show. Don't do the show. Don't do the show. Don't. Just don't. Just don't do the show. Because it's not going to go the way that I'm assuming you're trying to be intentional with. Like, you're trying to be purposeful. It's not going to go in the way that you want. So why do it? Is the money really that? Is it really worth it? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I will always choose respect over money. Because at the end of the day, I have to look at myself in the mirror. At the end of the day. So is the money really worth it? No, it's not. It's not. Not when you're being painted like that, and it's so negative. No. And if you're saying that's not who you are, that's not how I represent myself, so why do the show at all? Why? It's just gonna ruin your reputation, and it's gonna ruin your image, and it's going to soil. It's going to rot the minds of those about you. Like, it's not gonna paint you in a good light. So why do it at all? If you can't sit, and really, it comes down to that editor's table, because Sheralle is saying, oh, but we filmed so much, and so much is missing. So again, the common denominator, and based off of what Jessi has been exposing with her videos of bringing more attention to reality TV shows for black women, the common denominator always comes down to that editor's table. And at this point, if you're not sitting at that editor's table, you're not going to be represented in the way that you want. Period. Nothing else to talk about. Yeah, and exactly. They're not being paid fairly. And I'm pretty sure other cast members are getting paid more. So, and how much you want to bet? Stoni is probably the one that's getting paid the least. It's between her and Jules. How much you want to bet? That's why I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. So I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts, because I'm not feeling that interview. Y'all let me know if you're feeling the interview or if you, because I had to leave. I want to know people, when I be seeing bullshit, I just be like, I gotta go. This is not feeding me the way that I thought. I gotta go. Jessi is doing an interview, but Jessi is not the problem. Jessi is not the problem. It's how those women behave on the show. Jessi is just conducting an interview, and she's making them feel welcome, and she's creating a safe space. And so there's just some things that you can't say. There's just some things that you can't do, and I understand that, and I respect that. It was getting a little drawn out a little bit, but I stayed long enough, and once they got to the questions that I wanted answered, it wasn't given. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't given. It wasn't given. But I love Jessi. Jessi is not the problem. It's them responses. They weren't given. I'm sorry. The responses were not given. They just weren't. They weren't. They're not discussing what needs to be discussed, and Stoni could definitely work on summarizing her storytelling. I agree, but I gave more of an explanation earlier in this live, so let me go ahead and save this live so y'all can have it. But I just wanted to tell y'all my thoughts, because I was so irritated. I had to go talk to somebody. I was like, is anybody else watching this? This is just not. It's not it. It's not it. Y'all have a nice night.